Hello and welcome back. I'm Corey and I'm an arena junkie. Last time we went 1-1, getting blown up by a mage. Tends to happen a lot. Mages like to blow people up. We're going to jump back into it. As a reminder, we're running a druid deck this go around. We have an interesting amount of spells to try to buff up some of our weaker minions, but don't have a whole lot of late game punch. So we need to be a little bit more aggressive and hope they can't control us too much. As if on cue.
You asked for it.
I probably asked for it. And I'm going first, which I would prefer to go second against a mage. Let's see. Innervate could help us, so I'm going to hold on to it. Mark of the Wild won't help us unless we have a minion. Flesh-eating Ghoul will get pegged way too early. He's more late game. So we actually are going to get rid of... Well, if I get a 2-cost minion on Mark of Wild him, that could give me some early aggression that I need. He might just ping it down, though. Let's get rid of this. Oh, goody. We got one of our wild growths. We can accelerate this very quickly. It's going to leave me at a card disadvantage, but I think that that's okay. I think what we're going to do here is go ahead and end this. We can wild growth next turn and throw out our fairy dragon. It does use a lot of cards, but I think it's a good plan. So we are going to wild growth here. And then I think we're going to innervate and throw out our fairy dragon. That way he can't nuke it down. He'll have to throw out a minion to try to kill it or force me to trade with it, which I'll just attack him, make him attack me. But next turn, that gives us a Chillwind Yeti play. You can't do that.
I won.
Points for trying, but that's why I played it. It was so that you couldn't just target it down. So, what's your play for 3 costs? So, back Matriarch. I actually hate that card. I don't think it's a very good card. Oh, this gets to a good point of, can I do... No, I can't. It cannot be targeted by any spells. Okay. Kind of what I figured, but I didn't know for sure. I'm not going to just ram my... Yeah. Chillwind Yeti is the play here. And I'm not going to ram my Fairy Dragon into the Patriarch. He can attack me with it, but it won't do me any good to attack it, and then he can trade the Patriarch for it. It's a bad trade on my part. Better instead to just hold them in reserve. What you gonna do? Knife Juggler, typically a pretty good card. I actually hate the Knife Juggler. Yep, and again, oh man, that sucks. Very, very lucky trade on his part. I really hate that Knife Juggler. So, I think what the plan here is to... I can't get rid of his Knife Juggler no matter what I do. But I could take out his Patriarch. And now that I think about it, well, I couldn't have last turn anyway, because I couldn't have played my Yeti. I could use my hero power, take out the Patriarch. That leaves me with 3 mana. And I could either Mark of Wild my Yeti, taking him out of Fireball range, but he could get polymorphed, which he'll be able to do this turn. But it'll force him to have to do something about it. Or I could throw down the Sunfury Protector, which I think has about the same effect. And then I could save Mark of the Wild for buffing my Sunfury Protector. And I think that's probably a good call right now. Because I can do this, not take any damage. That takes out his taunt. I can give myself taunt. And I can take out one of his. The unfortunate thing about this is he could play a couple of minions here, and he can keep that Knife Juggler alive and doing pretty good damage. I don't like the Knife Juggler to fight against him. It's a great card. I actually think it's better than the Demolisher because you have more control of the damage. And see, he has lots of these double costs and it's going to ping me twice. Which really, that's so irritating. Because now he's going to... He won't sack his Knife Juggler. He may play another minion, though. Maybe? Or are you going to play a spell? Ah! Okay. And then you can get rid of it with a Murloc next turn, if you so choose. Oh, it's frustrating. But it's exactly why I didn't want to buff him up too much. Boy, that is frustrating. So I think what we do here is we have to... Can I get rid of the taunt without using him? No, I can't. So I think we get rid of the taunt, because we don't really have another choice. We could put out the Worgen Infiltrator, but he could have an Arcane Missile or a Arcane Explosion or something, and then that just kind of gets nuked down, which doesn't help me too much. I could Mark of the Wild my Sunfury Protector, bringing it up to a 4/4. He could still kill it next turn, though, pretty easily. But if I do that and... Or is it better to do Gnomish Inventor, kill the 1/2, the 2/1 rather? I think that's a better play. We're gonna get a card. Okay, that's good. And then we're going to kill off his 2/1. We'll take the 2 damage, but it gets rid of one of his minions in a pretty good trade for me. Now, next turn, if he... Well, he's going to ping away the Chillwind Yeti. It's done its job. It's been a pretty good bullet magnet. He's had to waste a lot of spells dealing with that right now. Oh my god! So many cards that work so well with this Knife Juggler. How do you draw all of these? My gosh. Thankfully, it targeted me both times, which is bad luck for him. It would have been much better to have killed off my Yeti. Man, that is frustrating to have to deal with. I'm really amazed by the fact that... Oh my gosh, and another one! Ugh. Wow. I just do not know how you do that. Yeah, why wouldn't you just attack me? I'm seeing a theme here, my gosh. Well, I can put out the Violet Teacher, and then I can start getting some 1/1s off of some spells. I can turn her into a fair bit of a taunt wall herself if I need to. Better, though, I think, would be to buff up the Gnomish Inventor, let her take out the Patriarch. I think I've had enough of this stupid knife thrower. I think that his time is over. So I think the better play actually is to put out my Violet Teacher, burn a Wrath, and... Yeah, I think that's how we do this. Violet Teacher. I'm tired of this knife thrower, so he needs to die.
I'm ready to learn.
I'm just about had enough of him. This is when I learned that he has yet another one sitting in his deck, I'm sure. Now, I could... Instead of taking out the Patriarch and leaving me at 2/1/2/3, I think we just go ahead and take rid of the mirror entities right now, and we wait for a better trade next turn. Now, he could throw out a Blizzard at this point and nullify me pretty good. Could have another Knife Juggler. Oh, okay. Not a bad use of a Silence, and it's a good Silence card too. Very, very good Silence card. He's got to trade the Murloc for that, which is that is definitely the right call. And then does that. Okay. I'm fine with this. Big Game Hunter, we're going to sit on you. I really don't want to use you right now. Instead, we're absolutely going to Mark of the Wild you. Because that means I can take out this. I can take out that. I can buff up myself. We're going to sit on the Worgen Infiltrator. It's too tempting of a target for him to Flame Strike on this turn, and it would leave me in a poor position if I play it. Really, if he were to burn a Flame Strike right now, it would be pretty surprising anyway. Oh, wow. You saw that as enough of a threat. Okay. And then you'll probably ping it and kill it, right? With the hero power? You're not going to keep a 1/1 sheep. Or are you? Maybe you won't see it as a threat. I hope you don't. This whole deck is about buffing things. Oh, fine. That's unfortunate, but we got a new minion out. We're gonna go ahead and keep pinging you. Now, we're close to even, but unfortunately he's stalled long enough to get to late game, which is exactly what I didn't want to allow him to do. Between all the taunt wall and all the shenanigans with his knife thrower, he has stalled out. He has brought me to a point where he's going to start getting better card draw than me through Arcane Intellect or possibly some Acolyte of Pain shenanigans. Okay. 3 cost. That means it's either a Vaporize or a Mirror Entity, I think. One of those two. If it's a Vaporize, I really will just run my I really will just run my Bloodfin Raptor into it. I don't want to, but I will. Wow. I'm surprised you used that, actually. She must not have a whole lot in her hand to feel the need to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to use this to test out if it's a Mirror Entity. It is not, which means it's probably a Vaporize. Now, I want to get rid of that Vaporize, so I am actually going to put out a Fen Creeper. Wait a minute. First, we're going to attack. Yep, there's the Vaporize. I knew I'd lose it. It's better to just get rid of it right now. So we will put out our taunt, and we'll go ahead and hit her. Now, I don't think she has any late game oomph cards. Mages are typically spellcasty. They're gonna get late game, blow you up in the face type cards. I'm gonna cry if he has another fireball. Thankfully he doesn't. He is gonna ping me though, which is fine. He doesn't want me to use him to attack his spell power cards, which is understandable. Now, can I do something interesting here? I can use the Shattered Sun Cleric to buff the Worgen, to kill the Dalaran Mage, or to take the Dalaran Mage down to 1, and then I can use my hero power and kill it and not take any damage. And I think that's the better play. I mean, I'm going to have to trade this Worgen anyway. Making him 3/2 means I don't have to lose him.
Well played.
Now I can ping that. I have to leave his Ogre alive. But do I want... I can't force a trade with it. He can... Yeah, it's better for me to do it this way. Because at this point, he'll have to both attack me with the Ogre and fireball me, as opposed to just fireballing me and then getting to attack with the Ogre. I want to force his hand on that. Oh! Spell power! Damn it! Very, very good use of a spell power. That's unfortunate. And he's going to take away one of my armor. Okay. That doesn't help me right now, but it sets me up for a play later. And I can take this out. I'm trading health for it, but oh well. It takes spell power off the board, it gives him lack of a minion. It's absolutely the right thing to do right now. Just unfortunate. Yep, okay. I mean, yeah, that's what you want to do right now. We're in a top decking war. That's what's going on right now. We actually are going to put out the Harvest Golem. Do I want to be a jerk about this Harvest Golem? It may not be a bad idea. Giving it +4 in taunt makes it, what, a 2/7 with taunt? Alternatively, I just make it really mean. But it's going to die next turn, and so I'd rather not do that. Instead, I think I'll just attack you. And I think I'll just sit on this. Well, he can kill it, and he can kill the little buddy that spawns from it, and it will leave me absolutely nowhere and still leave him with a 3/1 on the board. Much better instead, I think, to buff it. Because because at least then it's a little bit more annoying to deal with. Okay. You have your own Harvest Golem, that's great. Oh, this is a good card to have right now, actually. Great card for me to get. So, gives me a ghoul. I'm gonna take the damage in the face, actually.
For the wild.
Because that way, he'll have to attack me with his Harvest Golem. This gets buffed. And I can just hit you. And you'll have to both attack with the Harvest Golem and ping me, and then I can kill your Harvest Golem next turn to buff up my ghoul. Assuming that you didn't pull some top-decking Flame Strike shenanigans or something, which you probably did. And then... Boy, I am glad I sat on this Hunter. Alright. Time to make you cry.
I got the beast in my sight.
Well played.
And then we... Do we put out the Razorfin Hunter? We have to.
Don't mess with Tusk.
We absolutely have to. We are going to... How do we want to do this? I think we want to kill the whelps. Or do we want to... Yeah, we want to kill the whelp. That buffs up the ghoul. Do we want to sack him into... I think we do. I think we want to sack him into this. Activates both their death rattles. Buffs this thing up to a 7. And then we want to hit him in the face with it. Now, he will, of course, just get rid of this right now. I guarantee he will. One Flame Strike ruins my day. I just realized that. You can do that too. That works. Oh, man. The Flesh-Eating Ghoul was a good idea. It just didn't work out quite the way I wanted it to. Yeah, of course you are. You're going to stack all 3 into that, and then you're going to ping one of these, and you're going to leave me with 1 minion on the board. It's funny. This is turning into a really stupid game. I mean, he could still win, which is the really annoying thing. All he needs to do is top deck 2 good cards, and I could be dead. Like, that's all it would take. 2 Pyroblasts. Okay. And then you'll kill the sheepy. Bye, sheep. Oh, he's so sad. Yeah. I mean, what else am I gonna do? I'm going to attack you directly.
For the wild.
I'm not gonna fuck around with your Arcanist. I'm just gonna attack you.
Pass me that arc light scanner.
Oh, you're hoping for Blizzard or something that lets you control this, right? Oh, what? It doesn't help you at all. Okay. You're dead, you realize that. Just concede.
You win.
Thank you.
Malfurion versus Garrosh.
Hello, Garrosh.
I must protect the wild.
Yay, going second. I actually prefer to go second against a warrior. Okay, what of these do I actually kind of want to keep all of this. This is not a bad hand, especially the Harvest Golem against a warrior. Yeah, we're going to keep this. I'm okay with this. That Jungle Panther with Mark of Nature can be terrifyingly dangerous. And not much you can do about it either. We are, however, going to pass on turn 1. We're not going to do anything. We didn't get our Worgen, so not much we can do. Direwolf Alpha, good card. And I think in response to that, do we want to coin into the Harvest Golem? He may have a way to just deal with it. He may just ram into it and throw out something else. I don't think he wants to lose the Direwolf, though. But
What to
I think it's a solid play. I don't want him to trade up on it, is the thing. And I could put out Golem and then put out my flesh-eating ghoul next turn. Alternatively, I could use my hero power, paint it once, and then I could play the Stormwind Knight next turn. No, I don't think that's the right call. I think this is the right play. I don't think he'll have a solid way of dealing with that on turn 3. Arthai Weaponsmith, maybe? Wait, maybe she's 4 cost. She's 4 cost. And I don't think you'll have a... you might have the Wolf Rider. That's a good way of dealing with it. Of course, I'll still have my 2-1. Which you'll have to... Yeah, you're going to force me to sack it into you. Which is fair. That's absolutely the fair play. It will buff my ghoul. But he'll just kill the ghoul. That's the unfortunate part of it. But he'll have to take 4 damage to the face if he does it that way. Is that a worthwhile trade? 4 damage, he has to ping off a weapon hit. I think I can live with that. I think I can live with that. He can negate it a little bit, but he'll still be taking damage to do it. Yeah, that's what I expect him to do. Yep.
For the war chief!
Oh, Kor'kron Elite, good card. Do have 2 Mark of Natures, which is nice here. I think the Stormwind Knight doesn't really help us. He has charge, but he's lacking 1 attack necessary to kill that Kor'kron. If we put out the Jungle Panther, he really can't do anything about it, but then I am going to take more damage from that Kor'kron Elite. But then I can actually buff up my Tiger, or my Panther rather, so that it doesn't die next turn. Could put out the Razorfin Hunter, which then gives him 2 targets he has to worry about, but he probably will choose just to hit me in the face instead. What's our turn 5 play if I do this? Probably Protector. Let's put out the Kidney.
Job's done.
I'll take another 4 damage, which is highly unfortunate, but he'll have to make the choice on which card he loses to make that happen.
Back to work.
Ooh. That's good. Oh, that's really good. Okay, that is now a very dangerous card. Yeah. Wow, that's bad. How do I want to deal with this is the real question. I don't want to lose 2 cards to it. Wow, that's not good. I could Mark of Nature the Panther. Seems like such a waste with 4 attack. But I think it's the right call. Alternatively, we give a taunt creature. It's too easily killable, though, is the unfortunate part. It does use all of our mana. That makes it a 4/6, which can then attack the Cruel Taskmaster, but then could be nullified by something like an Arcanite Reaper or any other terrifying thing. Put out that if there's several taunts, he won't be able to get through all of them, is the hope. Maybe? Why is there just no really good answer here? Well, I have to kill the Kor'kron. There's nothing I can do about this. I just have to kill it. I have a choice on it. Not the play I wanted to make, but I have another Mark of Nature in my hand. So even if I want to play some kind of shenanigans with taunts later, I have to... Yeah, there's really nothing I could do there. I absolutely had to kill that thing. Now, I would like to get some cards. I do have a card advantage on him right now, but I don't think that's going to last. Could put out the Stormwind Knight, use it to kill the Taskmaster. make it a taunt, which then he probably won't sack. He probably, well, he won't have to sack. He probably won't trade the Oracle for. He might. Alternatively, I could put out the board. I'd like to start getting rid of some of his creatures, is the thing. Alternatively, I could put my Druid of the Claw. That makes it into a 4/6 taunt, which means he'd have to throw both those creatures into it. He wouldn't lose the Dark Scale, though. But again, he may have an Execute or some other thing that he can do. What to do? It's always the question. I think we actually do play the Stormwind Knight. I think we
For honor.
attack into this. And then I think we
Time waits for no
make him a taunt. Now, he may have another Fiery War Axe. He may have an Execute. He could have Cleave. Wouldn't kill anything. Oh, there it is. What's your follow-up play, though? Oh, double Cleave. Whoa. Okay. I'm actually okay with that. I'm surprised you didn't do the Fiery War Axe first. You're gonna rush me down. That's your plan here. So rush me down, kill me. Okay. Alright. Let's Wrath the Priestess. And put out our own taunt. Damage to this. That gets us a card. Not the card I need right now. He will kill me next turn if he can hit me. Let's make sure he can't.
Where shall I strike? Job's done.
Okay. Now let's see what he's actually going to do here. Yeah. Okay. And then what? That kills that. Ugh, more weapons. Wow. Okay. I can put out the Silverhand Knight and make him a taunt. It makes him a 4/8, which is actually pretty dangerous to him. So I think that is absolutely the play.
Attend me.
And
Ready,
then
sir.
4 Elephant Taunt.
Job's done.
There we go. Now, he would have to throw both his creatures into that and use one of his weapon charges. That's a dangerous card. That is a very dangerous card. Ugh, it's going to be a miracle if I come back from this. There's no way you choose to sack those creatures into that. That's way too good of value. There's no way you're going to do that. You know that you're losing your healer, your Dark Scale healer, so you may as well do as much damage with him as you can. I'm going to have to do something about that Sea Giant, though, because if he attacks me, I'm dead. Yep. Yep. I think that was probably actually your best choice. Because now I'm in a lot of trouble. Okay. I'm in a lot of trouble. Let's do this. Do this. Lets me draw a card. None of this is taunt. He can do 10 damage. I can do 3. None of this has charge. Yeah, that's it.
Well
I lose.
played. I can see.
That's highly unfortunate. That's a good aggro rush deck from him.
Malfurion versus
Oh, yay, a paladin.
I will fight with honor.
Fantastic.
I must protect the wild.
And I go first. Let's see. Paladins are going to be typically late game decks. Let's get rid of the Fen Creeper, but I think I'm going to hold on to both the Wild Growths. Let's see if I can just hang on until I accelerate further. I've got some Wrath for some removal and card draw. Yeah, let's see if I can make this work. I'm getting a very interesting hand right now. I have no minions. Blech. That's not great. If he has a rush deck, I'm screwed. I'm just dead. Well, he has no minion on the field, so getting out a Bloodfin Raptor wouldn't be bad, but to really take advantage of this acceleration style deck, we gotta start just pumping out the growths. That'll give us 4 mana next turn, which lets us Bloodfin Raptor and Wrath. Or Wrath and Hero Power, just to make sure he has no minions on the board. And it would let us draw a card. If I put out the Bloodfin Raptor, what can he do? He can't do much of... Well, he could give this thing Blessing of Might or some silliness like that. I think we are better to Wrath this and get a card. Because we need some card draw. Yeah. I think that's the right play. So, that takes care of that, takes care of that. And... we can Wild Growth next turn, we'll have 5 mana. We can Wild Growth and throw out the Raptor. Oh, okay. Times that I'm wishing I had an Ooze in this deck. Blech. Alright, the Raptor suddenly isn't so great, because now he can just use his hero power and buff up some things pretty good. I could Raptor and Mark of Nature and make this thing a 3/6. Basically, I could turn it into a Fen Creeper. Takes 2 cards to do it. But it acts as a nice distraction. And he's going to start putting out some pretty mean minions. I hate to use a spell, though, without having my Violet Teacher out there. But it does mean that my next turn I can Violet Teacher and Wild Growth. And I think that's not a bad play. So let's do... well, or I could make him a 5/4. Too many 3-cost minions that'll get buffed by that sword. So let's do this. We'll make our Raptor a Fen Creeper. And let's see, Reckless Rocketeer. He can't cast it yet. Doesn't have mana for it. Even with the coin. Because the Reckless Rocketeer would nullify that pretty good. Oh, he's going to put out his own taunt, but he's made it 4/6 instead. It's not a bad play, to be completely honest. Okay, how do we want to do this? We can buff that thing further. We could bite and take 5 HP off of it, and it would keep our Bloodfin Raptor alive. We could Druid of the Claw, make him a 4/4 with charge. He'll die. That's not so great. I think we've run out of time when Wild Growth is going to be very useful, which is unfortunate. We could put out the Violet Teacher and make her a 5/7 taunt, which isn't too bad, and then we start building up some minions behind that. I think we put out her.
Pay attention, class.
Do I want to buff her now or buff her later? Let's buff her later. Let's accelerate.
I'm ready to learn.
Let's make him attack me with Tazdingo. Because then I can bite him next turn if he does that. But my Raptor would stay alive. You might Hammer Wrath it or something else. I mean... Ooh! That's a good card to do that to. 8 health is just miserably difficult to deal with. He's not even gonna bother. That's funny. Okay. Now, we have 8 mana to play with, which is a lot. If we bite hero power, that's 6. That lets us kill Tazdingo. And then lets us Mark of the Wild the Violet Teacher to bring her up to a 5/7. And then between her and the Bloodfin, I can kill the Gurubashi. And it gives me quite a few. Okay. Yeah, is my math right on this? Yeah, it is. So do that. Do this. Him into this. Him into you. On her. Wait, is there a smarter way of doing this? If I do this into this, she's down to 2. A Mark of the Wild hand that brings him up to a 5/8. Both of them would survive. We'll both survive anyway. They will if I play this right.
I'm ready to learn.
What's the better way here? He'll take 3, be down to 3. She'll take 5, be down to 2. Because I have a Fen Creeper and a Druid of the Claw. It leaves me open to Consecration, but it also keeps both of my minions alive. That's not how you use that sword. That is how you use Hammer of Wrath, though. I was out of spells anyway, so the Violet Teacher kind of... She fulfilled her purpose. I got every spell in my hand out, and got all the minions out that I needed, so I'm okay with it. Oh no! Your ability doesn't work because it's another minion, so you couldn't actually bring yourself up to what you were hoping for. That's not what you were hoping to do, was it? Do I want to play King Buckla here? I don't think I do. I could... Well, I am going to give him charge. He's going to be a cat, and he's going to kill this. No buffs free. We are going to have him attack him. I kind of want to play King Buckla here, just because he's a hilarious card. But you have a card advantage right now, and I don't have any taunt, which concerns me a lot. Thing is, if I put out Mukla and you consecrate, I have something I can do next turn. So I think I need to do that. I feel like that's... I feel like I need to do that. What can you do next? Fen Creeper, next turn. I'm at 10 mana. You could Avenging Wrath, which could potentially almost clear my board. You have a lot of cards in your hand. You've been sitting on them all game. And I've done a good job of keeping them alive, but I've not been doing a very good job of keeping the pressure on you. And you've been trading actually pretty efficiently, all things considered. Oh, yep, bye Mukla. Or are you just going to attack me with it? You may not even bother attacking Mukla, you may just buff it up. Well, you can't buff it up to live against Mukla. Your best bet actually is to use it to kill Mukla, otherwise I'm going to use my cat to kill it. And then I'm going to keep Mukla on the field because he's a better card. And I'll throw up a taunt.
Let me think.
You can buff it with Banana. Yep. Well, if you're going to do that, does that mean you're just going to attack me? Yeah, you're just going to attack me with it. Okay, I'm fine with that. I prefer to keep Mukla alive anyway. No, absolutely not even a... Not even a question of what I'm going to do with that.
I shall do as you say. I shall do as you say.
The real question is, do I want to put out my Panther? And I don't, because he may actually want to do a Consecrate, if he has it. Every Paladin has Consecration. Well, Paladin doesn't take Consecration. You may actually want to do it just to take out my little guys and to True Silver Champion, possibly, off of my Fen Creeper. Another Sword of Justice. Interesting. Wow. Ooh, you got a good deck for this. Especially if you have a couple more of those. That's a... I love that combination. It also means you have... You can't attack the little guy with your sword. Fen Creeper, man. Ooh. I like this play a lot. Okay. We're gonna put out the Ghoul. I think we're going to choose to take damage ourselves and keep our Fen Creeper unharmed. So, Mukla, trade with him. Buffs the Ghoul. I think this is exactly what we do. We get buffed up.
I shall do as you
Do
say.
this. Do this.
Do as you say.
Do this. There we go. Leaves us with a very dangerous 7/3 on the board that he would have to double consecrate to kill right now. Or Avenging Wrath or Hammer of Wrath. Hammer of Wrath would do it.
Your magic shall
Oh
not
no! Oh. I'm very sad about that. Buff cards are very susceptible to silence. I mean, that's a real problem. Ooh, good play. That Harpy is dangerous. Let's see. I can do 5 to you, but that doesn't really help me too much. You've got 2 very dangerous creatures on the field right now, which is very unfortunate for me, because I really cannot take care of the Harpy without throwing myself into it. And throwing 2 creatures into it, too. And if I do anything else, well, I think we just have to throw out our hand here. We really don't have a choice, because we're going to die if we don't. Now, what can he do next turn? He can do a lot of damage next turn. He can kill Fen Creeper and not lose either card. He could kill the Fen Creeper and hit me for 5. If I do 5 to him this turn, he would have to clear my board to stay alive, right? Or heal up, which Paladin, he easily could do this. So if I do 5 to him, he's down to 7. I can do 7 next turn if he can't kill my other minions, which he will. He can't kill the tiger. I don't know what the right play is here, so we're going to take a chance. I don't know that this is at all the right play, but I don't know what else to do. I can't trade efficiently with those minions, so I feel like I just have to put pressure on him. 1 Guardian of Kings and I'm dead. Because he'll heal up. I won't be able to do lethal damage. Banana! Oh, the banana comes back to bite me in the butt. I think it would have been better to have put the banana on your Harpy. Oh, or you could do that. So, am I just dead? Is that basically your play here? You're gonna what, do 18 damage to me this turn. 22 damage to me this turn. And you haven't attacked yet. Oh boy. And you're gonna heal. Boy, that's not great. Okay. I couldn't just pull a Wrath there. Really? I couldn't do that? That's so disappointing. What can I do here? He can do 18, 22, 24 damage, which, unfortunately, and that's if I sack my tiger into him, I think I'm dead. Boy, that's unfortunate. I was always curious what this does.
Shields up.
I don't know what this does, and I'm dead anyway, so I'm kind of curious. So I'm just gonna punch you in the face. There's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna end and see what happens. I don't know what happens when you give a stealth creature taunt. I don't know if you actually have to attack it or not. Do you? But you can't target it? No, you just can bypass it. Didn't know what would happen there. Much fire. That's unfortunate. The end. 2 and 3. Almost had the Paladin. But, oh well. That's to be expected. We killed 1 mage. That makes me feel pretty good. I'm happy if I kill 1 mage. And we got a little bit of dust for our troubles. Ah, well. What do we get in the pack? Let's see if we get anything fun. Oh! Hey, look at that! We got a legendary. Tankmaster Overspark. Oh, he's a funny card. Oh, and we got a Defiance and a Master Disguise. Overall, pretty good pack. Well, guys, thanks for joining me. I've been Corey, and I'm an Arena Junkie. And I hope to see you next time. Take care.